M3A Miles Falcon Golf Alpha Echo Echo Golf was built in 1936 by Phillips & Powys Aircraft Limited at Woodley near Reading. She was first used by them as an air taxi and was actually flown by F.G. Miles himself. Then, in November 1936, she was sold to a new owner in Sweden and spent the next 17 years in the hands of various owners, both civilian and military. In 1961, the Swedish authority became concerned about glue deterioration, and she was flown back to England for restoration, not flying again until 1965. In 1972, she was bought by Philip Mann, then owner of Shipping and Airlines at Biggin Hill. Sold again in 1984, she eventually arrived at the collection of Peter Holloway in 1999. In 2018, she returned to Shipping and Airlines and is now part of the Flying Historic Collection of Peter Greenyer. The pre-flight begins with the full and free movement of ailerons and elevators. The brakes are set, mag switch is off, full movement of the throttle. The flaps are pumped down to allow inspection. The flap limiting speed is 75 miles per hour. Approach speed is 65, giving only 10 miles per hour window. The fuselage is checked for damage. The elevators and rudder have full movement. The tail wheel is secure and inflated. The folding wing cover is okay. Full movement of the ailerons. Tyres are inflated and covers secure. The oil level is checked. The port fuel tank is visually inspected to have the correct load for today's flight. A measuring stick is available for accurate measurements. The engine is checked for visible defects. The propeller is clean and no damage. The oil scraper ring is turned and exhaust checked for any sign of a blowing gasket. The starboard fuel tank is also checked. The pitot head is uncovered and clean. We are now ready to go flying. Having been pulled through to check for hydraulic lock, the engine is hand primed using the wobble pump, and then each cylinder is pulled through to be primed.
I'll use the starter.
Okay. All set.
Clear prop.
As this is my first flight on time, to get a sense of how she taxis, I spend the next 10 minutes practicing taxiing straight, turning and brake appliance. 2 notches of brake are set as an initial position. Bringing her to a stop, she does feel slightly nose heavy, so care must be taken when pulling the brake on. Run-ups are standard, engine set to 1800 RPM, oil pressure and suction in limits. No mag drop and slow running good. This is followed by all the pre-takeoff normal checks. Lining up on runway 21, the wind is variable 3 knots. With brakes set to 2 notches, we accelerate. Once straight, the brake is released. In the air she is a delight to fly, with excellent light handling controls in all axes. Once at height, we practice some turns left and right. Reducing the speed to 75 miles an hour, which is VFL, I practice pumping down the flaps and set up a slow descent, as if downwind to land. The pressure to pump down is only a bit harder due to the airflow than on the ground. They do, however, come up quicker and easier. Approaching Biggin Hill, the wind is the same as before, light and variable. Downwind, the speed is reduced and the flaps are pumped down. Final approach at 65 miles per hour.
Go.
The same landing from the other camera.
Go.
Mags are checked for dead cut before stopping. The Miles M3A Falcon Golf Alpha Echo Echo Golf, part of the Biggin Airlines historic collection.